Good evening, sisters and brothers. This is God's Gifts. Whoops, I got some things popping up here that I did not expect here. Okay, so we know that there was a helicopter crash in New York City today. And I was listening from Mike from around the world, and he was doing a study, and all of a sudden he came on. He says, "Hey, I heard there's a helicopter crash in New York," and he was saying, "I don't know much about it, but he says, I guess we'll do this study," and then he was going to check it out. So anyway, I was led by the Lord to stop what I was doing and go and search this out. So the first article that I came across is this one here from the New York Post, and the time on it is 2:13 p.m. It was right after it happened. It was one of the most the first ones that came out with the report. So the Lord told me to stay on this one and look at the times and the numbers and find out what they mean. So I did. I went through the first couple of them. I actually did a video on this, and it cut off so many times I had to redo it. So I want you guys to know, when I first did this, when I was first doing the video, I was learning as I was going what the Lord was saying, and how this is so prophetic in our time, what the Lord has shown us. He shows us these things in everything that is a major event, and this is not excluded, because there's a lot in this that I found out. So the first thing I want to take a look at is the time. 2:13 p.m. was the first thing he led me to. So I looked up to 2:13, and I'm going to show you what it means here, sisters and brothers. It means to press, to be pressed, make haste, urge, be narrow, to press, hasten, confine. The Lord it's urgent, sisters and brothers. Hasten. This is what we know is our time. It is a time that is our narrow path. It's hasten, to hurry. Okay? And before I go much further, the other thing that happened this morning, around 10:30 this morning Eastern time, is Ohio had a 4.0 earthquake, which is kind of unheard of around here. We don't get them very often. This was around the Great Lakes. If you want to look it up, it was around Menor, Ohio. It's not something that happens around here very much. So let's get the truth out of this article. The incident was at 787 7th Avenue and occurred around 1:45 p.m. Before I go any further, the Lord told me to look up Healy. And I didn't, like he was showing me helicopter. So I typed in, these words in my Bible app, and I got to Healy. And it actually is in the Bible in Luke 3:23. Luke 3:23 is the genealogy of Jesus Christ. And Jesus himself began to be about 30 years of age, being, as was supposed, the son of Joseph, which was the son of Heli. And I never caught this before. Heli means ascending. It's the Greek 22:42. And we see it is the father of Joseph, the husband of Mary. Heli, I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong. Heli, ascending. And so the Lord is showing us something with this helicopter hitting the top of a building, which we're ascending, sisters and brothers. We are ascending up. So the incident at 787 7th Avenue. I'm going to look up all these and show you. Hebrews 7:87. Is foundation. So the ascending and the foundation. It was 787 7th Avenue. So here's the Hebrew 7, and it means destroy, destroyed, or perish, which it also means to vanish. It happened at 1:45 p.m. and it means glory, magnificent. Glory and magnificent, a mantle, a cloak, which means a goodly and robe. So this is our robes that we will be receiving. So then it shows the chopper is in Augusta 109E, which is also 109.5. So we'll check out 109 and 109.5. 109 is a Daub. And if I can get this to go. It means to languish, to grieve, to cause grief. So now we see a foundation that is hit, and it means to cause to grieve. So the 109E is 109.5, and it means Belteshazzar. We know this is Daniel's pagan name that was given to him in Babylon. Belteshazzar means Lord of the Straitens, treasure. So we know that Daniel his name means beloved in the Hebrew, and we know that the Lord loved Daniel, and so Daniel was appointed as a prophet to them, and he gave them the understanding of their dreams and what was to come. So this is another thing that the Lord has shown us. You know, we have the 109, which means to languish, but yet there's a 109.5 that means Lord of the Straitened Treasures, Daniel, the beloved one. And this 109E is a 2-engine model, which we know that there are 2 groups going up. So we're going to see what the Lord does with all this. So we see here Trump, he tweeted, phenomenal job by our great first responders who are currently on the scene. Thank you for all you do 24/7, 365. For all you do 24/7, 365. Let me show you what this means. So Hebrews 24, which is Abib, which we know is the first month, which is also a representation of the green barley, and it also is the time for Nisan, which means their flight. So we have Abib, meaning greenery of the barley, the first month, and also Nisan, meaning their flight. It's the time of Exodus and Passover. And then you have again Hebrews 7, which means to perish, vanish. Okay, vanish, destroy. 365 is in reference to a doe, a deer, a hind's feet. We know that we will run like the deer. We will run like them. So this is showing us, the Lord is showing us the deer, the doe. They are like the innocent ones. They're hunted, but they're innocent. And this 365 is also the name of Ayaleth, which was a priest for Daniel, and let me see here, this was a song for him. I'm sure this is the one about the Lord, why have you forsaken me? Hold on. Yes, Psalms 22 is why have you forsaken me. It's the chief musician upon Ajaliah. So this is the one we're speaking of right now. This is the Psalms that this doe is referring to here. Sorry guys, I keep getting messed up. My phone keeps going off. We just had a storm roll through, so I'm sorry guys. I'm trying to do a good job, but it's getting a little crazy here, so hold on. This is also the verse where Jesus refers to himself as the worm, the crimson blood. So hold on. Now this skyscraper had 54 floors. So this Hebrew 54, it is Abiathar. My father is great. He was the priest son of, I can't read it. Sorry guys. But he was faithful to David, but later rebelled with Adoniah, sorry. And we know right now that this is someone that is beloved that is going to be betrayed. And I feel like it's Trump. And, you all have your own opinions and don't come against me, but this is just mine. I feel like he is the Judas that everybody's going to trust but be led astray. Yes, God is using him. I don't want to argue about it, but this is just my point on it. So keep your peace, I pray. I wanted to touch on the address 787. This is the Shin. Remember, guys, I was following that truck that had the Shin on it that meant fire. So we have a foundation being hit, a crash. You guys see where I'm going? Destruction, languishing and grieving. And then you have the things that God is showing us, that the withdrawal, make haste. Let me see, I'm going through my list here. Make haste, glory, magnificence, mantle, which is our robes that we will be given. And then you have the Lord of the straightened path, which is Daniel. And then you have, let me see, Okay. I'm going to give you the whole thing, what it means. I'm going to go 2:13 means hurry, withdraw. 22:42 is Healy, ascending, foundation, destroy, glory, mantle, and robe, languishing, grieving, Lord of the straightened path, or treasure, month of exile, which is Abib, destroy, perish, doe, deer, and hind. My father is great priest of faithful to David, later rebelled. So we're seeing here, guys, we're seeing something that's going to happen in a hurry. We're going to see an ascending, a foundation that is destroyed, the glory and languishing. And then we'll see the Lord of the straitened treasure, the exile and destruction and perishing and vanishing coming. So these are all things that the Lord has shown me just in this one article. Everything that hits the major news is a sign from our Lord God. If it's major and it goes forth, you know that the Lord is showing us something. This is some of the things that He's showing us just in this one article, just in the one thing that happened today, other than also the earthquake that hit in Ohio. There's something to that I haven't checked into. But sisters and brothers, our God is showing us our time is near. He is not failing us with the signs. He gives them every day. In this article alone, the Lord is showing us that there is going to be a foundation is going to be shaken. He's shown us there will be a crash. He's shown us there will be destruction. He's showing that we will be ascending, that we will be getting our robes. The perished people will perish. They're going to be grieving, and our time of exile is near. Sisters and brothers, I pray that you're blessed. This is God's gifts. I love you all. Keep your eyes open. Glory to the Most High God for showing us these things. Lord, I pray that you bless this message. Bless those, Lord God, that hear it. May they receive it and understand it, Lord. Our time is near, sisters and brothers. Anybody who is without Jesus Christ right now, I plead with you, get with Jesus. The time is very, very near. I love you all. Be blessed.